Hey y'all, if you missed day two, which was Tuesday of class, here's what we did in advertising and design. We started a new project, so you can write on this line that our project is called the Ramen Challenge, and the designer is you, so your name goes there. Down below, we have a quick graphic that kind of helps describe kind of the phases of our project. Today, what we're doing is we're doing the first two columns of empathy and define, understanding how people interact and use ramen, and then trying to define some of the problems or the issues with ramen. And what you can see here, the biggest thing is these green lines kind of, we want to like widen or broaden like all the possibilities that we're thinking about today. Like the goal today is not to be narrow in our thinking, but like anything is a possibility. This blue line kind of shows that design thinking is not linear. It's like messy, and that's okay. So moving on from there, you can read our competencies. You can read through the background. By the way, this packet is in the green crate in Ryan's room if you want it. Next thing you want to do is answer these check for understanding questions. Do your best, make your best guess. Read through our project criteria, and then this is the bulk of what we did. To empathize is to really understand someone else's perspective. So we're doing this in 3 steps: observe, engage, and immerse, and you can check these out. Our first step is to observe or to brainstorm. So we kind of talked about how, in your experience, you've seen people use ramen, and you can take notes in the space below. Next, for engage, we want to interview someone else. So the goal is to understand what need ramen fills for the user, because everyone kind of has a different application for how they use it. So we're using this format here. Ramen is blank, the user's name, and then you want to add how does it fill their need or their insight. So for example, here's 2 examples from Levi and I. You can take a look. So in class, what we did is we generated interview questions, and then we talked to 2 or 3 people, 2 at a minimum, and we took notes on, we wrote their name here, and then we took notes on their answers here. At the end, we want to write a POV statement right here. What is ramen to this person? Then Levi went through a really quick description of like flavor profile, and the reason we did this is the next thing is we did a taste test. So you can't make this up, but we cooked up 8 different kinds of ramen, ramen from all different countries in the world, to kind of see the differences. So we have a word bank here, and we use this while we were tasting to kind of like identify the flavors we had. And then the last thing that we needed to do is this kind of reflection for, in general, not for one specific ramen, but in general, how does ramen taste? How does it look? What are some of the positives or benefits? And then this is the most important part. We're trying to improve ramen. We're trying to make it better. So what do you think can be improved about it? And this isn't just the taste. It could be anything from the cooking process to the packaging to the how healthy it is. And then the last thing we did today was we wanted to end with problem statements. So we have these sentence stems for you here, and the goal is to come up with at least 3 problem statements for problems you can identify, and then hopefully improve in the ramen that you create with your team. Last thing is, you can see at every stage of the design portfolio, we have a sign off. So basically you can't move on to step 2 until you're done with step 1 and you've gotten signed off. So we'll check off step 1 today, and then we'll move on to step 2, which is ideate, which is brainstorming. What are the ways that we can make our ramen better? So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, find Levi or Ryan.